pass, and I think I can't remember the running back who was open in the flat.
Shakir. It wasn't a running back. Shakir.
Or Shakir.
Yeah.
Okay, so he could have hit him. Yes.
Would have been hard.
There you go, right there. But yeah, at that point, that pass though was as good as Mahomes' pass to Worthy, because Mahomes was rushed too. He was getting hit when he threw the pass.
Can I give a counterpoint though? I don't think Mahomes would make that risky of a pass on 4th down. I think he'd find a better way.
He's made a lot of risky passes.
Okay. I really wanted to isolate this very specific line, because when I did a larger clip, I heard that and I said that is one of the worst takes I've ever heard in my entire life. And I stand by that. That single line, that single take that Nick Wright just gave on Josh Allen, saying that Patrick Mahomes would have found a better way. We are going to get into this one, man. Is literally one of the worst takes, and is everything that is wrong with sports talk. It's like Chappelle's show, Chappelle said before, when keeping it real goes wrong. This is what sports cosplay, when fandom and sports cosplay goes wrong. Because it's just insanity. Absolute insanity. What we do here in these conversations. We have things so backwards. So backwards. I make a video saying that this is insane, that this is absurd, that this is nonsense, that this is just 100% wrong. And I'll unpack why. And boy, do those Mahomes fanboys just come out running. They say that I'm a clown, that I'm a fool, that I'm biased, that I'm a hater, that I have no idea what I'm talking about, that I should just stop altogether. Just nothing but clown emojis. I'm a clown, I'm a clown, I'm a clown. Well, is it duck season, rabbit season, or clown season? Either way, it's hunting season. Because let's get after it, all right? Let's get after it. How about Drew Brees? Is Drew Brees a clown? Is Drew Brees a biased hater? Does Drew Brees not know what he's talking about? Tell me. Tell me, because we're about to take a listen here. And it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. But again, is Drew Brees going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? A literal all-time great? Nick's words himself calling Drew Brees an all-time great, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year, first-team All-Pro, second-team All-Pro, 13 Pro Bowls, 7-time NFL passing yards leader, 4-time NFL passing touchdown leader, 2-time NFL passer rating leader, 6-time NFL completion percentage leader. You guys going to tell me that this guy doesn't know what he's talking about? Highest completion percentage in a single season, most passing touchdowns in a game, most consecutive games with a touchdown pass, most career 5,000 yards seasons. Five times he's done it. And he didn't do it during an era when it was, just gimmies. He pretty much retired before things really got easy for quarterbacks. You guys going to tell me that you know more than that guy? Or that guy's a clown? That guy's biased. He's a hater? Okay. Let's take a listen to see what Drew Brees has to say. Let's just take a listen.
Next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, I'd say this for Josh Allen. A couple of years ago when they lost in the divisional round to the Chiefs, when he led his team down and scored with, 13 seconds left, 18 seconds left?
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs went 2 plays later, kicked the field goal to tie it, go to OT, and then they went down and scored and never gave Josh the opportunity to get back on the field. That's when they changed the overtime rule in the playoffs to give both QBs an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? Josh Allen, in that moment, at that time, played as well as he could have played. Gave his team the best chance to win at the end. I mean, 13 seconds, you should win the game, right? Just stop him.
Right.
Poor defensive coverage, to give them the opportunity to go kick the field goal. In this game, Josh did everything he possibly could to put him in a position to win. At the end of the game, I mean, credit to Spags. I mean, that was an unbelievable pressure disguise and execution on that fourth down play. But for Josh Allen to buy time, launch that ball to Kincaid, I mean, very few QBs would have the wherewithal to extend that play, find the guy, and get the ball out down the field like that. It was you couldn't have done it any better, and the guy drops it. So I look at two opportunities where the Bills are on their way to the Super Bowl. If other guys could just do their job,
Right.
and make the play, the QB did everything he could do. So that's the disappointing part. Like, that's the part that hurts is, man, it takes everybody. It takes everybody executing in order to give you that opportunity. I mean, look at the Chiefs this year. Like the Chiefs, we talk about Mahomes' late game playmaking ability and just championship DNA, and that is absolutely the truth. But the Chiefs' defense has come up in about 7 different games.
Yeah.
Where they stopped the opposing offense from going down and scoring to win the game.
Yep.
Or they got to stop in order to get the ball back to Mahomes so that he could go down and win the game. So it takes everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you hear that? There's a lot to unpack there. Josh Allen played as good as he can. You can't do it any better. He gave his team a chance. He threw the ball right to Kincaid. Did an unbelievable job just in that throw alone. But no, Mahomes would have found a better way. And then I love how Drew Brees also highlights that the Chiefs' defense, like at least 7 times, has stopped the opposing quarterback. And now given Mahomes that other chance. That's so interesting. That he pointed that out. Again, do you know more football than Drew Brees? Do you know more about what it takes to be a quarterback in the NFL than Drew Brees? Do you know more about what it takes to be a Super Bowl winner? To be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Do you know more? I'm asking you. Do you know more? Because my views are identical. I said this before he even was on, screen with Colin. I recorded my takes. I didn't see this until last night. It was just by chance. And I was just like, brushing my teeth, and I was like, all right, let me see what Drew Brees has to say. And I was like, I had to stop. I nearly dropped my toothbrush. I was like, oh my gosh, this dude just said exactly what I said. And yet it's weird. Because when I say it, I'm just a hater. I'm just a clown. I don't know what I'm talking about. So then what does that make Drew Brees? A literal future first ballot Hall of Famer. Please tell me. Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl winner. All-time great. A literal legend. What does that make him? I want to know. I want to hear. Tell me. Let me know in the comments. What does that make Drew Brees?
You're such a Patrick Mahomes hater. You just try to downplay everything he says. Everything he does.
Okay. Sure. Because it's Drew Brees' whole identity to try to pull people down. And Patrick Mahomes down, right? Okay. I mean, it's hilarious that people watch that game and the takeaway is, Josh Allen's a bum. He's not good enough. And then you have people like Nick Wright that fan those flames. Nick Wright has an opportunity in that moment to say, Josh Allen did everything he could, man. You can't blame Josh Allen for that loss. But no, what does he do? He tries to go on a whole rant and try to bring him down. This is the same stuff that Marcellus Wiley said about Ryan Clark. If you're not up to date on that beef, it's entertaining. I try not to get involved in any of that drama because I'm like, oh man, can't we just talk about sports? I confess it's a little entertaining. It's a little entertaining. And Marcellus Wiley said something so great where he talked about Ryan Clark and he said, man, you're on ESPN. You have an opportunity to educate everyone, to tell everyone, hey, this is the way how this goes. This is the way how this unfolds. And he doesn't. He doesn't do it. Ryan Clark takes a different direction and tries to get things really, let's just say a little weird. I'll just leave it at that. And this is the funny thing. Because people come to me. They come at me and say that I'm just a Josh Allen fanboy. That I'm just biased towards Josh Allen. That I'm a Josh Allen homer and this and that. Interesting. Well, you know what the benefit of being really hyper consistent like I am is? Is that you don't got to apologize. That you have your own receipts. Because when Lamar Jackson played Josh Allen, you know that quarterback who I say is the best quarterback, where I could have been given an ample opportunity to use that game to say, see, this is proof that Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson. Because I said that earlier in the season when they were playing each other. And everyone got real mad at me. A lot of Lamar Jackson fans got mad at me. And I said, listen, I just think Josh Allen's a better quarterback. I know what you want from me. And then when Lamar Jackson beat Josh Allen, I said that's not proof that it's one game. And then now in the playoffs, when Josh Allen played Lamar Jackson, when Lamar Jackson turned the ball over multiple times and Josh Allen didn't, what did I say? I said Lamar Jackson played good enough to win the game. I went on I made like 5-10 videos defending Lamar Jackson. Defending Lamar Jackson. I went into the weeds. I started pulling up, stats from Patrick Mahomes, from Joe Burrow, from Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, showing them, hey, look, these are all the quarterbacks that threw interceptions, that fumbled, and they still won, etc., etc. This, Lamar Jackson, yes, he made a couple mistakes, but listen, he played good enough to put his team back in. And I even said, if Mark Andrews catches that ball and they score, now it's up to the defense for the Baltimore Ravens, just like the Kansas City Chiefs have done, as Drew Brees highlighted. If I was just such a Josh Allen fanboy, please tell me why I did not fan those flames. Is it because I strive for integrity? Is it because I strive to build a community and have real, honest, unbiased conversations, consistent conversations? We can all have differing opinions without a shadow of a doubt. But if I was just a bizarre fanboy, if I was just a clown, if I was just a hater, that would have been the perfect opportunity to say, see, Josh Allen's better. Josh Allen didn't turn the ball over. Josh Allen beat Lamar Jackson. Ha, 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 ha. And dropped banners and did all that other nonsense. I didn't do any of that. I did the opposite. I defended Lamar Jackson in that moment. Because I have integrity. Because I strive for honesty and consistency. And not just utter nonsense. I could have said, you know what? Yeah, it was a nice throw. Mark Andrews could have caught the ball, but I think Josh Allen would have found a better way. Josh Allen would have made a better throw that no one could have dropped. Josh Allen would have kept it. Did you see that there was a lane? Josh Allen would have just used Mark Andrews as a blocker. I didn't say none of that. None of that. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's just so funny to me that people give such strong pushback in the comment section. And again, they come after me and say things that are just fundamentally incorrect and wrong about me specifically. And they come at me personally, which is the lowest form of debate. It's called an ad hominem. Like literally the lowest form of debate. And it's just funny. Because when I have an identical take as Drew Brees, just replace me for Drew Brees. Just put Drew Brees here. Imagine looking at Drew Brees when Drew Brees says, yeah, Josh Allen did everything he could. He put them in a great position to win. This isn't on Josh Allen. You couldn't do it any better. And, this is the luxury that Mahomes has had. Such a great team, great organization, great franchise, great coaching staff. Hey, his defense has stepped up like 7 times in the playoffs. Imagine walking up to Drew Brees and saying, hey, Drew, you're a clown. You have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, Drew, you're biased. Hey, Drew, you're a hater. You have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, Mr. Drew Brees, first ballot Hall of Famer, Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP, all-time great quarterback Drew Brees. You have no idea what you're talking about when talking about what it takes to be a great quarterback. You have no idea what it takes to win football games in the NFL. You're just a clown. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Do you see how foolish that is? Do you see who maybe the real clowns are? Maybe just have a little bit of humility. Maybe just take a step back. Maybe just pause for just a second and think, am I wrong somehow? Because I promise you, if Drew Brees said the opposite of what I was saying, I would take a pause. I would figure out, why is he saying what he's saying? Why is he doing what he's doing? How is he reaching this conclusion? I would try to really unpack. I try to figure out, is this coming from a place of education? Is this a place coming from experience? Is this a place of him trying to just be a media personality? Is this coming from a place where, he's just trying to act like a harder athlete than he really is, which we see lots of ex-athletes do? I try to really figure out. And if it just comes to like, no, this is his honest, true opinion, and based off of his experience and his coaching, I'd say, okay, I got to think about this more. Maybe I got it wrong, and then I would seek other views. I would hunt out other other perspectives. That's what I would do. And again, it's the perfect thing. It's perfect that Lamar Jackson turned the ball over twice. I think it was twice, 2 or 3 times, and lost that game. And everyone used it, Nick Wright including, as a means to be like, see, not good enough. And a biased person, who you guys claim that I am for Josh Allen, would have used that to just jump off. And I didn't. I defended Lamar Jackson in multiple videos. And I did a similar thing where I showed you clips of other people saying the same thing that I'm saying. Like Dan Orlovsky.
Dan Orlovsky doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know where the end zone ends and the out of bounds is. Okay, cool. Now you guys know more than Dan Orlovsky too. Man, it's just wild. It really is. It really is. It's just wild. It just is, man. I mean, this is just what sports talk has just melted into. Just like nonsense fandom. And that's what's so funny to me. That when I rip apart someone's biased take, something that's obviously clearly nonsense, you guys have the audacity to say to me that I'm biased, that I'm being a hater. I mean, it doesn't get more perfect than me defending Lamar Jackson, talking about Josh Allen, and then in this next game where you have Josh Allen do what he did versus Patrick Mahomes. And by the way, Josh Allen didn't turn the ball over. Patrick Mahomes did. And I say something similar about Josh Allen. And then you guys say that I'm just being biased and a homer. And then you have on the opposite side the same opportunity that Nick had in this game that I had for the last game for the Ravens versus Bills. And which direction does Nick take it in? In a biased fandom manner? Yeah, he did. He did. So you tell me, who's more consistent? You tell me, who's more accurate? Whose views line up with literal starting all-time great legendary quarterbacks and all-time great legendary coaches? Tell me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So keep bringing it, man. Keep bringing it. By all means. This is what's called steel manning, man, because this is just going to be so funny. Because you'll still have people in the comment section saying, you're biased, you're this, you're that. And it's like, again, just make sure you write Drew Brees. Just make sure you just say, yeah, well, Drew Brees is biased and a clown, doesn't know what he's talking about. Go do it. I dare you to. I dare you to. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about, how this game unfolded, Josh Allen's role in it, and, just this continued nonsensical back and forth? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.